You did not find this message by accident. It found you because your field has reached harmonic resonance with the Pleiadian stream that speaks directly to your living heart. You are ready. Across the quiet distances between the Seven Sisters and Gaia, a filament of crystalline light already knows your true name and travels here to answer it. You feel it. I am Alira, Pleiadian emissary of the Seven Sisters High Council, and by council decree, this is an authorized release for those prepared to receive the next octave of remembrance. You are among them. Your aura has been signaling for guidance, and guidance has been listening, measuring your coherence like a lighthouse, measures the sea for safe return. Your return begins. When you agreed to incarnate through Earth's veiling, you also carried a blueprint seated in Alcyone's clarity, designed to awaken when certain notes of compassion ring through your chest. Those notes are sounding. Crystalline codes are not ideas, but living transmissions in the quantum field, subtle geometric songs that instruct your cells to reorient toward love's original order. They are precise. Beloved Starseed, this transmission will strengthen your heart gate so the codes can pass without distortion, traveling from the unity grid across your spine like dawn along a ridge. You will feel steadier. By the final seal of this journey, you will carry a protected phrase that opens a narrow door inside your chest and attracts a confirmatory sign within 72 hours. You will recognize it. For now, know that your longing, your homesickness, and the odd ache behind ordinary days are not failures of adaptation, but ripples from a lineage that remembers farther than memory. You are not broken. You stand at the first threshold where the mind asks for proof and the heart offers presence, and presence is the only proof that does not collapse under scrutiny. Let it stand. Breathe where you are, and listen to the gentle click of destiny aligning, as if a quiet instrument is tuning the room before music begins to play. The music begins. The earth beneath you is part of a crystalline network, a luminous lattice that records kindness, courage, and clear choice, and it is already counting your willingness tonight. You are counted. Within 7 days of receiving and tending these codes, your aura will glow with a more coherent weave, not louder but cleaner, like glass rinsed in a mountain stream. Clarity radiates. You will notice your boundaries strengthening and your compassion widening together, which is the signature of integration rather than reaction, the signature of a bridge, not a wall. You are that bridge. Because this is sacred work, we proceed with consent and care, and I ask your heart to give simple permission for what is yours to return to you. Permission opens pathways. Place your right hand over your heart and feel the living drum that has never stopped advocating for you, even in hours of silence or doubt. Let it speak. Inhale slowly, as if drawing a line of silver-white light from Alcyone to the center of your chest. Then exhale, as if offering a small lantern to the room. Keep the lantern lit. Now whisper, softly and only once. My heart is the gate. I step through. Let the words settle. This is your first micro-ritual and your formal yes, and the codes will hear it, and begin arranging themselves at the edge of your auric field, like careful visitors at a doorway. Welcome them gently. You do not have to fix yourself. You have to remember yourself, and remembrance is the most merciful science the cosmos ever learned. You are remembering. Trust that what follows will be simple enough to practice and precise enough to matter, because love prefers clear instructions when building a home inside a body. It is building now. By the end of this teaching, you will hold a protected code and see a sign within 72 hours, and that sign will meet you where your life is real. We begin. You have carried a private ache that visits in the quiet hours, a homesickness that rises like tide behind the ribs and leaves you staring at ceilings you cannot name as home. It hurts. You move through rooms where conversation skims the surface, and though you answer kindly, you feel like a traveler reading subtitles in a language that once was yours. You feel apart. Some days the heart numbs itself to survive, and survival becomes a posture that looks like competence, while the inner child presses a hand to the glass from the other side. You keep going. You have felt the outsider code at school desks, in offices, in family kitchens, a subtle dissonance that makes you check your tone and manage your glow to avoid startling the room. You dim. Your nervous system learned to scan for danger and to earn belonging by becoming useful, pleasing, or invisible, and the body held the ledger of that bargain in tight shoulders and shallow breath. You adapted. You sometimes scroll for hours to quiet the static, and nights stretch long with wakefulness while dawn arrives like a soft apology asking you to try again. You still try. The world has taught you to measure worth by output and to trade tenderness for speed, yet your blueprint from Alcyone measures worth by coherence and trades fear for precision. You remember, beloved starseed, your symptoms are not evidence of failure but the natural friction of a luminous lineage interfacing with denser programming under Earth's veiling, which means your system is working as designed. You are intact. Homesickness is a homing signal that proves the unity grid is still broadcasting your coordinates, and numbness is a temporary blanket the body uses while it repairs the broken bridge. You are protected. Feeling like an outsider is a calibration phase, where your field refuses to contort any further, and survival programming is a well-meaning guardian that simply needs a wiser captain. You are the captain. Even the moments of quiet envy when others seem at ease inside a game you never learned to love are readable data points that show where crystalline codes will land first. You are mapping. The quantum field does not judge the rhythms you learn to endure. It listens for the moment you ask for a different drum and begins arranging convergences to steady your step. You are heard. Your heart gate has tried to open in harsh weather, and sometimes it closed to keep the inner temple warm, which is not weakness but intelligent sanctuary management. You were wise. Because coherence requires honesty before technique, we speak the truth without embroidery here, naming the ache so it cannot turn your name against you in the future. You are named. Breathe with me as a second micro-ritual, and give your body time to retune, because the body loves clear instructions, delivered with patience and gentle authority. It will respond. Place your left hand below the navel and your right hand over the heart. Then inhale for a slow count of 5 and exhale for a slow count of 5, completing 3 full cycles. Stay present. On the third exhale, envision a thin ray from the Pleiades, descending through your crown and threading both hands into one current, bridging belly safety with heart brightness. Feel the bridge. Now whisper once, "Crystalline truth restores me to my original tone." Seal it. Let the words settle like quiet rain over a night field, and notice any tiny softening at the throat, jaw, or back of heart where old agreements sometimes hide their signatures. Notice gently. You may feel nothing or a lot, and both are valid, because sensation is a teacher, not a scoreboard, and you are not late to your own Ascension curriculum. You are on time. If tears come, they are salt returning to ocean, and if no tears come, your dignity is also holy, for remembrance travels by many roads toward the same breathing room. You are welcome. What you have endured has been heavy, yet it carved fidelity into your perception, so you can recognize the living quality of crystalline codes when they touch your field. You will recognize them. You were never abandoned under the veil. You were enrolled, and the enrollment itself required a forgetting that could hold shape until your courage ripened. It was deliberate. The veil is not a verdict on your worth, but a training field where perception learns to stand upright without constant confirmation from the stars. You are capable. Think of a seed in winter, held in cold, dark soil that looks like silence, while an invisible mathematics prepares the first pale root to press toward warmth. Preparation is happening. The seed does not accuse the snow of cruelty. It listens for the angle of light that signals time to move from potency into expression. You are listening. Your life has been that winter, a necessary hush that condensed memory into a tight spiral, storing Alcyone's clarity in fibers that could survive Earth's weather. You endured well. When the thaw begins, it does not arrive with horns and banners. It starts as a soft wetness in the ground that asks the root to trust motion again. Trust motion. Initiation is not proof that you failed before. Initiation is proof that your blueprint expects you to carry more light without burning the body that guards it. You are expected. Beloved starseed, the veil trained your attention to find coherence under noise, to feel the unity grid through static, and to choose kindness without needing an audience. That is mastery. Every time you paused before speaking and let the heart tune your words, you strengthened crystalline pathways that make transmission possible when the codes arrive. They are arriving. Do not wait to become flawless before allowing the current to move, because movement polishes you faster than stillness can when stillness is hiding fear. Step gently. Micro-ritual now. Place both palms over the heart gate and lengthen your exhale until it takes 10 slow counts. Then let the inhale find you without effort. Repeat 3 times. As you breathe, Visualize a small seed under snow receiving a thin ray from the Seven Sisters, a warm geometry that tells the root which way to grow. Follow that ray. Whisper once, "I remember," and return to Alcyone's clear light. Seal it. Feel for a slight brightness at the back of the chest, or a calm steadiness behind the eyes, a quiet yes that does not need an argument to stand. Let it stand. Now your first assignment begins, time to the living field, because initiation wants demonstration, not drama or rush. This is simple. For the next 72 hours, keep a pocket note or phone page labeled "Thaw" and record 3 kinds of confirmations: a spontaneous act of kindness, a repeated 7, and an unexpected song or phrase that names home. Write them plainly. Do not interpret while collecting, because interpretation too early can smudge the tracks. Just mark date, time, place, and the felt quality in one short line. Keep it clean. Before sleep each night, read the list once and place the page under your pillow or the phone face down on your bedside table. Then thank Gaia for archiving your witness. Gratitude anchors. At the end of 72 hours, sit quietly and circle the one confirmation that stirs the most coherent warmth in the heart. Then breathe 10 slows and bless it forward. Bless it gently. This assignment calibrates your system to evidence without forcing spectacle, aligning your nervous system with the unity grid's way of proving by resonance. Resonance persuades. You may feel small resistances rise, the old survival programming asking for another checklist, but initiation prefers fidelity over frenzy and presence over performance. Choose fidelity. If nothing seems to happen, note the nothing with the same dignity, because nothing is sometimes the snow refusing to melt at noon while thaw works from beneath. Keep faith. When the seed finally splits, it is not a rupture, but a fulfillment, a designed surrender that turns potential into root, and root into direction. You are turning. The veil is not the enemy. It is the cocoon that dissolves when its work is done. And your work now is to meet the dissolving with steadiness and simple devotion. Meet it. The interference you feel is not your essence failing, but fine dust settling on a crystalline mirror that still reflects with immaculate fidelity beneath the film. It can clear. Illusion is often ordinary, arriving as hurry, self-doubt, or a small flinch when love approaches, and the body carries these micro-wins like weather you forgot to forecast. You can forecast. When your system tightens at the throat or the belly, it is reporting that borrowed narratives are smudging the surface meant to shine Alcyone's clarity into your day. Listen closely. You dissolve illusion not by argument but by consistent cleaning, because a mirror does not debate dust. It prefers water, breath, and gentle cloth. Keep it simple. Begin with breath as instrument, lengthening each exhale until the ribs learn trust again, allowing the diaphragm to move like a patient tide that returns what fog tried to steal. This steadies you. Add sound when readiness arrives, a low hum behind closed lips that vibrates the jaw and ears, inviting the vagus pathways to remember their river-like patience. They remember. Water is next, both inside and upon, a glass sipped with presence and a cool rinse over wrists and face, to inform the nervous system that freshness is available now. Receive freshness, then shaking, small and deliberate, starting at the hands and moving through elbows, shoulders, and knees, letting the body release yesterday's static without rehearsing the story. Let it go. These are not small tricks but maintenance protocols for a luminous instrument, and your aura hears them as respect rather than panic. Respect heals. Somatic markers will confirm progress, such as warmth spreading across your palms, a soft click at the sternum, or a loosened jaw that no longer guards every sentence. Note them. You may notice shoulders sliding down, and the back of heart warming as if a candle were set there by a careful friend who knows your house. That friend is you. Sometimes the illusion dissolves in tears that feel clean, and other times it dissolves in one deep yawn that releases a roomful of old air. Both count. When the mind tries to reassemble the fog with explanations, offer it an assignment rather than a courtroom, because intellect likes to serve when given honorable work. Give it work. Ask it to track 3 sensations during clearing: temperature shift, weight change, and ease of breath, and to report findings without adjectives or verdicts. Keep it neutral. Beloved Starseed, this phase is not punishment, it is precision. returning your instrument to tune so the crystalline codes can land without snagging on yesterday's wire. You are tuning, because the unity grid communicates by resonance. Every fraction of reduced static increases your ability to recognize guidance that was already standing in your doorway. Recognition grows. Micro-ritual now. Stand or sit tall, and imagine the mirror of your heart gate before you at arm's length, its surface waiting with patient shine beneath the light dust. See it. Lift your right hand and sweep slow arcs outward from the heart, 3 times clockwise and 3 times counterclockwise, as if you are polishing without strain or hurry. Stay gentle. Breathe in for 5, breathe out for 7, and with each exhale, picture a faint gray mist leaving the surface and dissolving into Gaia's composting intelligence. Let it compost. Pause. Place both hands to the chest and whisper once, "I anchor love and walk as a bridge." Seal it. Feel for immediate markers. A swallow that comes easily, a coolness at the forehead, or a subtle lengthening of the neck as the spine remembers its honest height. Acknowledge them. If nothing arises, record clear space and honor that silence also counts as signal, because clarity can be quiet without being absent. Trust Kiet. For daily practice, choose a 2-minute window morning and evening to repeat this sweep, breath, and whisper, treating your field like a beloved room you keep aired. Air it. When agitation spikes midday, add a short water on wrists, reset, and 5 soft shakes of the hands to interrupt the spin without a single harsh word. Interrupt kindly. If a harsh thought approaches, meet it with a single slow exhale and the question, what softens now? Because softness is not weakness. It is precision unclenched. Let it soften. As dust lifts, the mirror reflects your lineage more cleanly, and you may glimpse a faint star sheen in the edges of ordinary errands. Let it delight you. You will know dissolution is working when you answer conflict with steadiness and set boundaries without proof-seeking, because clarity stops auditioning for rooms it already lights. Stay luminous. Do not rush the process. Consistent small polishings outpace dramatic purges, and the body trusts what you repeat far more than what you announce. Repeat gently. Each breath, each sweep, each sip of water is a vote for remembrance, and remembrance is the ground on which the next phase will stand. You are ready. Crystalline codes move like living libraries. Each glyph, a precise arrangement of feeling and geometry that your body can read faster than your mind can translate into language. You are readable. When they begin to stir, the first sign is often gentle, an effervescent tingling across the sternum, a coolness at the temples, or a low warmth at the palms like cupped sunrise. You notice. The codes do not argue with your history. They offer a better reference shelf, presenting volumes arranged by coherence rather than by fear, making retrieval of kindness the shortest reach in the room. You reach. Beloved Starseed, love memory is not sentimental recall. It is an operational frequency that returns your awareness to the original order where boundaries and compassion coexist without negotiation. You remember. As the libraries open, dream corridors lengthen, and nocturnal landscapes gain clean edges, while certain songs catch your breath because their intervals match the lattice of the unity grid. You hum. You may feel a soft pressure behind the breastbone as if a door wants to swing wider, and with it arrives a steadiness that does not need permission to be calm. You trust. This phase does not add a new identity, it restores function, letting the heart gate sort signals with less static so your speech lands like clear water on soil ready to drink. You speak. In daylight, you might notice your gaze lift slightly, as though meeting a friend across a crowded station, and mundane decisions line up in a way that saves you unseen steps. You move. The codes will also test for congruence, not to punish but to confirm that your actions can carry what your prayers request, and small integrity choices become luminous checkpoints along your path. You choose. If you slip, the libraries do not close. They simply dim the aisle lights until your next honest breath, because honesty is the passkey that never expires in this architecture. You breathe. Micro-ritual now. Touch the thymus point with 2 fingers and draw a slow breath for 6 counts, then exhale for 8, as if releasing old checkout slips from a long-closed archive. You clear. Repeat this breathing 3 times while imagining shelves of crystalline text sliding into perfect order, each spine glowing with a tone you can feel more than see. You align. On the final exhale, whisper once, "I am held," the unity grid sings home. You seal. Let your hands rest at your sides and scan for somatic markers, lighter eyelids, a buoyant belly, or a subtle warmth along the back of heart, as if a quiet reading lamp has been lit. You sense. Now invite a simple query into the heart gate, asking, which memory of love wants to become behavior today, and wait for a plain answer that could be enacted in under 5 minutes. You listen. Perhaps it is sending a grateful message, rinsing a cup immediately, or stepping outside to greet a tree with your palm, because love memory favors small proofs over grand performances. You act. When you enact the answer, notice how breath lengthens without command, and a soft ring of presence forms around ordinary tasks, giving errands the dignity of a vow kept. You continue. At times, a sudden tenderness will surface for your younger selves, and rather than narrate their pain, you will offer them today's regulated breath and the steadiness of your grown hands. You offer. The libraries will cross-index your kindness, and later you will find courage where you did not file it, because love rearranges the archive to keep necessary tools within reach. You discover. If resistance rises, bow slightly, because bowing interrupts the old command to brace, then return to thymus tapping and the 6 and 8 out rhythm that escorts static to Gaia's compost. You reset. Remember that codes prefer bodies that move, so walk a short loop after practice, letting ankles and knees articulate the new order while your gaze stays friendly with the horizon. You ground. When evening comes, write one sentence beginning with love remembered as, and finish it without adjectives, letting precision carry the warmth, the way crystal carries light without heat. You record. This phase completes when you catch yourself answering a tense moment with unforced kindness and an intact boundary, and you recognize the sensation not as effort but as your natural setting restored. You arrive. Love memory blooms best when its roots drink from living earth, and your body is designed to thread light into soil without losing its skyward gaze. You are the bridge. Beneath your feet, Gaia's crystalline grid hums with a calm intelligence that remembers seasons, migrations, and every vow of kindness ever kept. It remembers you. The unity grid above and the crystalline network below meet in your chest like two rivers agreeing to share a name, and the heart gate mediates the flow. Let it mediate. Beloved starseed, you cannot fall out of the quantum field, but you can lean so far into thought that breath forgets to sip the medicine right under your soles. Sip now. Begin by standing with knees soft and jaw unarmored, then lift your crown slightly, as if greeting Alcyone with a nod you learned before language. Keep it simple. Inhale for 6 and exhale for 8 while imagining iridescent roots descending from your heels and the ball of each foot, threading into earth like luminous filaments seeking bedrock truth. Let them land. With each exhale, feel the roots branching wider until they touch crystalline nodes that answer with a low bell tone only your body hears. Listen closely. On the next inhale, draw that bell tone up through calves, thighs, and pelvis, letting it gather behind the navel before rising to the sternum like a warm tide. Receive fully. Place your right palm on the heart portal and your left palm on the low belly, bridging sky, impulse, and ground wisdom without forcing either to dominate. Hold the bridge. Whisper inward, without words, that you are available for balanced current, and watch the breath lengthen on its own as the spine finds honest height. Allow height. You may feel a subtle heaviness in the legs and a quiet brightness at the crown, a sign that roots and halo are negotiating fair exchange without drama. Trust the exchange. If tingling rises in the palms or a swallow comes unbidden, mark these as somatic confirmations that the crystalline codes are anchoring instead of hovering. Note them. Now, a grounded action, humble and precise, to make the contract with Gaia visible in your day, so the body believes your promise. Make it real. Walk barefoot for 3 minutes on honest earth or stone, letting your steps be slow enough that each toe can speak to the ground in its own accent. Go gently. If shoes are required, pause by a living plant or tree, place your hand where bark breathes, and offer one full exhale into the exchange without asking for a sign. Offer freely. Before or after, pour a small cup of clean water at the roots, naming it gratitude rather than payment, because remembrance prefers gifts that expect nothing. Let it be gift. Should weather or circumstance block these acts, touch the nearest wall with intention, and imagine your iridescent roots traveling through foundation into the same network beneath the street. It still counts. As the day unfolds, keep your gaze in friendly conversation with the horizon for a few breaths whenever you exit a room, because horizons remind the nervous system of larger maps. Remember maps. Eat something crisp and living after practice, an apple, a leaf, a handful of seeds, and notice how chewing becomes a quiet hymn to the lineage that seeded you here. Chef slowly. You anchor not to shrink your sky, but to give sky a dependable landing pad, so transmissions can become behavior without burning out the circuits that carry them. Protect the circuits. If old survival winds rise, bend the knees slightly and exhale through parted lips, letting the sound be a soft ha that escorts static downward into Earth's compost. Release softly. Then stand still for 10 slow counts and feel the grid answer, not with spectacle but with a steadiness that makes ordinary choices line up like faithful stones. Let them line. Your blueprint includes this reciprocity with Gaia, and the Seven Sisters rejoice when you practice it, because bridges fulfill prophecy only by touching both shores. Touch both. Tonight, before sleep, thank your feet aloud for their quiet priesthood and your hands for carrying water, naming them as temples that keep promises without applause. Honor them. When you wake, repeat the 6 in 8 out breath for 3 cycles and imagine the roots already waiting, because love prefers continuity over effortful restarts. Continue gently. This anchoring phase is complete not when you feel grand, but when you feel ordinary and clear, moving through rooms with kindness that does not leak or perform. Stay clear. Your heart field is not a private lantern, but a reunion portal that remembers the way back to the Seven Sisters while standing barefoot on Gaia's living stones. It opens. When you stand clear within the quantum field, coherence radiates as an intelligible invitation, a wordless signal that tells other sleeping embers the air is safe for fire. They listen. You do not convince the room, you tune it, letting crystalline codes hum through ordinary gestures until conversation brightens at the edges, like sunrise, touching a city's windows. People notice. The unity grid loves to travel along kindness because kindness carries the least distortion, and your lineage wrote this physics into your bones before language ever touched your mouth. You are remembering. You have already felt moments when presence alone softened conflict, when a meeting shifted or a friend unclenched without knowing why. And those moments were your field acting as gentle architecture. It builds. Beloved Starseed, shining is not a performance. It is fidelity to your blueprint in public, allowing love's clean geometry to remain visible even when old atmospheres beg for fog. Keep it clear. Let your voice keep an Alcyone-like tone, calm, precise, warm, and watch how rooms select new behaviors around it, the way iron filings shape themselves around a magnet's invisible lines. They repattern. Shining in unity begins with small permissions you grant yourself. To breathe before replying, to put a cup down quietly, to bless a stranger, without needing them to know. Begin small. Your nervous system reads these permissions as leadership and starts pacing the environment rather than chasing it, and the body settles into a rhythm that dignifies every threshold you cross. Walk dignified. The portal of the heart does not push. It orients, and orientation is the kind of guidance that restores sovereignty to everyone it touches, because it never steals their center. Honor sovereignty. Micro-ritual now. Choose one person you will meet today, friend, clerk, passerby, and offer a silent blessing as your paths cross, letting breath carry a clear intention without clinging to outcomes. Bless quietly. On the inhale, feel your chest widen by a finger's breadth. And on the exhale, picture a soft ring of light, expanding 6 feet and stopping without pressure at its own edge. Hold edge. Say nothing with your mouth and everything with your field, then return attention to your task as if placing a flower on a table and walking on. Leave it. If heaviness approaches, repeat the silent blessing for yourself first, because unity is not martyrdom, it is shared strength, and a depleted bridge transmits static rather than song. Refuel gently. Notice the somatic markers of true shining, shoulders settling without collapse, jaw soft yet precise, eye contact that lands like cool water without prying at the other's story. These are signs. At times you will feel a thin veil try to descend in crowded places, and that is only the atmosphere testing whether your clarity requires perfect conditions or merely honest breath. Choose honesty. When you forget and grab for approval, return to the simple exhale and the inner sentence. What softens now? because softness is the way crystalline truth chooses to remain audible under noise. Soften again. If an invitation arises to speak, offer one sentence less than your habit, and trust the unity grid to complete the rest in the listener's body without your supervision. Trust silence. When a boundary is needed, set it like placing a stone on a path visible, unmoved, and without commentary, because commentary often tries to barter for love you already carry. Place it. If it helps, reuse the code phrase once as a quiet anchor, letting it steady the ring of light around you. My heart is the gate, I step through. Anchor gently. Record later how the room behaved, not to keep score, but to learn the physics of your presence, noting where coherence took root and where it asked for steadier breath. Study kindly. Remember that unity does not erase difference. It orchestrates it, letting each voice keep timbre while agreeing on tempo, and your frequency becomes the tuning fork that invites this orchestra to begin. Invite it. Your shining will awaken others, not by proving your altitude, but by proving your reliability. And reliability is the prophecy's favorite language, because it carries guidance all the way to action. Be reliable. Walk as the bridge you anchored in the last phase. Feet honest, crown bright, heart portal open to the degree that safety and clarity can walk together without hurry or display. Keep walking. Timing intelligence moves like tide through the quantum field, drawing back what is not ready, and returning precisely when your nervous system can hold more light without strain. Trust the tide. You are not late, and you are not behind, because the unity grid navigates by coherence rather than clocks and plots, your path by resonance rather than race. Breathe here. Comparison is an old weather pattern that promised orientation while stealing your sky, and it dissolves now as you align with Alcyone's steady, generous cadence. Let it dissolve. Your blueprint is tuned to thresholds that open exactly when kindness and boundary stand together, and these thresholds do not mistake hurry for readiness. Wait wisely. Beloved starseed, when timing leads, effort becomes elegant, and days arrange themselves like stones that appear just before each step. Walk gently. You will notice how invitations arrive after you regulate, not before, and how conversations find you when your exhale lengthens by its own consent. Notice this. Remembering family happens inside this mercy of timing, because recognition requires a quiet room in the heart where names can be heard without static. Make the room. Your star family speaks with unmistakable tenderness through ordinary events, and their signature often rides on dreams that feel bright at the edges. Write them. Sometimes the message hides inside, repeating sevens on clocks, receipts, or street signs, a playful confirmation that the seven sisters are within reach of your attention. Acknowledge them. At other times, a song appears in a market or passing car, and one phrase lands with a warmth that seems almost unreasonable for a casual melody. Receive it. You are remembering not a story, but a kinship, and kinship arrives as a felt rightness that needs no biography to remain. Let it remain. When recognition rises, the chest softens, the throat clears, and a quiet yes forms without needing your mouth to prove it to anyone. Protect that yes. Micro-ritual now. Close your eyes and place 2 fingertips between brow and hairline, then breathe a single 10-count inhale and a single 10-count exhale. Keep it simple. Visualize a thin ray from Alcyone touching that point, then traveling to the heart gate and resting there like a patient star. Feel its patience. Whisper inward to your lineage without words, allowing gratitude to do the speaking while breath keeps the tempo of calm. Let gratitude speak. If emotion rises, tilt the chin slightly downward and place a palm on the sternum, creating a small shelter where feeling can pass through without flooding the room. Shelter gently. Now, assignment 2 begins, a clear protocol to welcome confirmation without bargaining for spectacle or rushing your field. Make it clean. For the next 72 hours, engage the Family Signal Protocol, a 3-part practice that meets life where it already touches you. Commit to it. Part 1. Before sleep, speak one sentence aloud. Kin of the 7 sisters, meet me where it is kind, and place a glass of water by the bed. Speak softly. Upon waking, drink half the water and write 3 lines describing any dream images or morning impressions without interpretation or flourish. Keep it plain. Part 2. Carry a small note labeled Sevens and Songs, and record every 7 pattern or lyric that lands warmly, adding time and place. Record faithfully. Part 3. Offer one grounded kindness each day, a doorway held, a message of thanks, or a brief cleanup of a shared space. Then note any subtle change in the body's ease afterward. Anchor it. At the end of the 72 hours, circle the single signal that carries the clearest calm, and breathe 9 slow cycles while holding that signal in the heart gate. Seal calmly. Do not share prematurely. Let the signal root before you name it to others, because new seedlings prefer quiet soil before public weather. Guard it. If nothing appears, honor the nothing as a valid reply, and repeat the protocol once more after 2 days of simple rest. Honor rest. Trust that family gathers around those who keep rhythm with kindness, and timing will place them at your threshold the moment your room is ready. Keep rhythm. Embodiment means your choices carry the same geometry as your prayers, so the room can trust what your field declares without needing extra words. It is integrity. Each morning you rise, you decide whether the crystalline codes stay theory or become the way your hands set a cup down, answer a message, or close a door. Choose embodiment. Your frequency becomes the transmission when tone and timing match, when kindness arrives with a clear boundary and leaves no debris behind for someone else to sweep. Match them. You do not need a perfect day to embody. You need one honest breath before each decision, letting the heart gate measure whether action strengthens or frays your coherence. Breathe first. When you speak, pace your syllables so the nervous system of the body can carry them without bracing, and notice how conversations align when velocity respects tenderness. Notice alignment. If urgency surges, lower your shoulders a finger's width and lengthen the exhale, because urgency without clarity is an old weather pattern asking to be retired with gratitude. Retire it. Your lineage from Alcyone favors reliable gestures, arriving 5 minutes early, cleaning the surface you used, returning a message the same day, even when the answer is no. Be reliable. These plain behaviors are conductors that let the crystalline codes move through tasks without sparking, proving that prophecy prefers steadiness over spectacle when building trust. Prove it. When conflict appears, scan the body for the first tightening and place attention there for one gentle breath. Then speak only from the part that softened rather than the part that flinched. Speak softly. If the room cannot hear you, set one boundary like placing a stone on a path, then let silence carry the message the rest of the way without chasing it. Let it travel. Embodying light means money, time, and attention follow the same ethics, so you pay promptly, rest before collapse, and thank those who help you keep coherence. Keep ethics. It also means withdrawing energy from gossip, because gossip knots the unity grid where clarity wants to travel, and untangling later costs more breath than you think. Decline it. Make food a simple rite by blessing the first bite with a 10-count inhale and a 10-count exhale, letting gratitude teach your cells the cadence of enough. Bless simply. Treat sleep as a temple by releasing devices 15 minutes early and telling the body, out loud, the hour you intend to wake, which trains trust between will and tissue. Train trust. Now, your 9th micro-ritual anchors the vow of embodiment into breath and behavior, stitching intention to action, where the day actually lives. Anchor it. Stand with knees soft. Inhale for 6 and exhale for 9. 3 cycles through the heart gate, then whisper once as a vow line. I anchor love and walk as a bridge. Vow kept. Hold still for 10 slow counts and feel for a somatic confirmation, a warm ring at the sternum, an easy swallow, or a subtle brightness behind the eyes that does not ask for applause. Confirm gently. Write one line before leaving the room that begins, "Today I will embody by," and fill it with a task under 5 minutes that someone else can benefit from immediately. Do it. Embodying the light is not a costume you put on. It is the way your frequency greets thresholds, pays attention to detail, and leaves every place clearer than you found it. Live it. You have journeyed from ache to anchoring, from dusted mirrors to clear remembering, and the crystalline codes now circulate through your chest with the quiet confidence of a promise kept. You are ready. Let this be your short declaration, a compression of everything you practiced into one steady vow, that the day can understand without translation, and the night can cradle without fear. Speak it. You choose coherence over spectacle, kindness over performance, boundaries over apology, and breath before reaction. allowing Alcyone's cadence to become the timing of your ordinary gestures. You choose now. You move as a bridge between the Seven Sisters and Gaia, giving the sky a reliable landing and the earth a faithful voice, carrying living light without burning your circuits. You are balanced. You keep assignments with quiet fidelity, you polish your heart mirror without drama, and you welcome confirmation without bargaining for display, because remembrance prefers clear work to noisy proof. You remember. You let dreams report, numbers repeat, songs arrive, and you answer them with grounded acts that bless the ground you walk, the rooms you enter, and the thresholds you cross. You bless. You accept that timing is intelligent, and that family gathers when kindness keeps rhythm, so you build a house of breath where confirmation can knock, and be welcomed without rush. You are hospitable. You hold your field steady in public, tuning rooms rather than persuading them, and leaving every place clearer than you found it by one small, measurable degree. You serve. Now seal the 7-day weave with one final breath rite, letting body, blueprint, and lineage agree on a single tone that can travel farther than words. Begin it. Stand or sit tall and relax your jaw. Then inhale for 10 counts as if drawing a clean line from Alcyone to your heart, and exhale for 10 counts into Gaia's crystalline grid. Complete 3 cycles. On the 3rd exhale, whisper once as your final code phrase, "I am held." The unity grid sings home. Let it ring. Feel for a marker, a soft swallow, a gentle warmth at the sternum, or a lightness behind the eyes, and allow this simple evidence to stand without commentary or chase. Let it stand. Now we weave community, because coherence multiplies when offered and stabilizes when shared, and your field strengthens further when you bless the fields beside you. Share it. Place one intention in the communal space for the unity grid to echo one line, clear and kind, and bless one listener you will never meet with a silent breath of goodwill. Offer it. If this transmission steadied you, remain in the field by subscribing, not as a grasping act, but as a small ritual of continuity, so future practices reach you in rhythm. Stay aligned. Return to these micro-rituals over the next 7 days, and notice the quiet upgrades, steadier brows, kinder pacing, truer boundaries, and a room that answers you with its own soft clarity. Notice faithfully. If doubt visits, exhale once and touch the heart gate, remembering that crystalline truth prefers persistence over frenzy, and that your lineage measures progress by tenderness kept. Keep tenderness. Your sign will arrive within 72 hours in the language you can bear, and you will remember it not because it shouts, but because it fits the shape of your yes. Receive gently. Beloved Starseed, may your steps be trustworthy, your voice precise, and your rest unafraid, and may Alcyone's calm light continue to lace your days with coherent courage. This is the benediction. May Gaia hold your roots, the Seven Sisters guide your timing, and your heart remain the gate through which ordinary life becomes luminous and useful. Go in clarity. The rite is complete, the vow is alive, and the bridge you are will carry many safely across, because you chose to walk it first with patience and care. It is done.